I don't know if you heard about this one, but what is it? In the U.S., the Biden administration, something about they want to provide subsidies to, we're talking like billions of dollars in subsidies to companies like NVIDIA and other chip manufacturing corporations. Okay? And also, they want to start, producing more batteries domestically for those oversized hair dryers on wheels, otherwise known as EVs. Hang on a second. Where does something like 85 to 90% of the microchips manufactured come from? Taiwan. And most of the batteries for these electric vehicles are produced in China. They process the lithium and cobalt and whatever else and manufacture the batteries in China. And okay, so where am I going with that? Well, first of all, you might think, well, that's a good idea. Manufacture and domestically, yeah, homegrown, good idea. Good idea. But here's the problem with that, okay? The price might go up. Yeah, the retail price just might go up because, in case you didn't know, well, if you outsource the manufacturing, it's a lot cheaper. The corporations, they make more money and you save a bundle. Okay, so why is this so important to start, manufacturing microchips domestically, and as well as EV batteries domestically? In case you haven't noticed, all the saber rattling going on with China, and how China gets really pissy when you just have to use the words independent and Taiwan in the same sentence, or self-governance and Taiwan both in the same phrase. And when you think about it, it's like, well, microchips, well, just about everything except our heads have microchips in them, okay? Your coffee maker, your toaster, your car, your computer, everything, okay? And a lot of things are battery operated, so yeah, we need to start processing lithium on our own and, making microchips on our own. Yeah. Because, yeah, we've entered the tech age, where just about everything you can think of has a microchip inside it. Okay, so there's this constant saber rattling with China threatening to invade Taiwan, okay? And now the U.S. or the Biden administration wants to give subsidies to chip manufacturers domestically. Okay, do you see what's going on here? Do you not see what's going on? That's America's way of saying, okay, that's the Democrats, that's their way of saying that, well, it looks like it's inevitable that within the next, 3 or 4 years, China, yep, they're going to invade Taiwan. So we better plan ahead and start building chips and microchips domestically so that there isn't a sudden shortage. So really, what Biden is saying is this. Well, it looks like China is going to invade Taiwan soon, so we better plan ahead. But when you think about this, it's like, okay, you might think, well, someone like Donald Trump might get back in power, or maybe someone like Ron DeSantis or something like that. Okay, they're both no-nonsense guys, One's kind of bombastic, the other one's not, okay? And if they do get in power in the next 2 years, or the Republicans take power in the next 2 years, then you might think, well, they're going to say to China, hey, new kid on the block, you better watch it, pal. Yeah, Mr. Jinping, or Ping Pong, or whatever your name is, Xi Jinping, yeah, you better watch it, pal. New kid on the block. Yeah. Well, here's the other problem. At the rate they're going in the U.S., I mean, like, the amount of damage they're doing to everything, it's like, well, there's not going to be anything left of the military in 2 years. I mean, it's like, they're so busy with, taking the military and saying, oh, we need to teach critical race theory because there's so much, racism going on, and we need to address that, or making sure we accommodate all the trans people or whatever, and and what else? It's just ridiculous. I mean, like, or making sure the we're going to lower the bar for, for women entering in basic training, and or maybe lower the bar for, really wimpy soy boys that can't compete with real men. And what else? And make sure that I don't know. Maybe we better focus on making sure the new body armor is, like shaped like bustiers for women or something like that, or I don't know, maybe using rainbow camouflage on the M1 battle tanks. Yeah. And at the rate everything's going, recruitment's going down, but China says, yeah, good for you, because our recruitment's not going down, because whether you're in the army, whether you like it or not, okay? And what are we doing here in China? We're producing trained killers. We don't go for that, critical race theory or any of that crap. Especially, how would I put it? Wokeism, that's it, yeah. China says our military isn't based on wokeism. Well, we're busy improving our military, building our military stronger, and making sure our soldiers are trained killers. Meanwhile, in the States, you're on the decline. China sees that. So the point being is this. As I mentioned, 2 years from now, Republicans could take power and say, hey, new kid on the block, don't you dare, China, you better watch it. But China will say, yeah, good for you, but it's going to take you another 2 years to rebuild your military, whereas in the meantime, ours has been, in the past 4 or 5 years, getting bigger and bigger. So yeah. So the point being is that, the Biden administration is saying we need to provide, bazillions and gazillions of dollars in subsidies to chip manufacturing and battery manufacturing. It's just another way of saying, yeah, well, it's inevitable. China is going to invade Taiwan within the next 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I guess you could say that's my prediction, that in the not so distant future, China is going to invade Taiwan, and it's going to happen. But right now, China is just kind of waiting, because they probably figure that we will wait until the conflict in Ukraine is over before we invade Taiwan, because right now China is, well, it's beyond obvious, China is supporting Russia, or supplying them with whatever means possible, because China and Russia are now warming up to each other, and I saw that coming a long time ago. So yeah, China's very patient when it comes to these things. I mean, yeah. So right now China's thinking, yeah, well, just wait for that conflict in Ukraine to come to an end, even if it takes like 4 years for that to happen, and then yeah. And then once that's over, yeah, we have more resources to put into invading Taiwan. So yeah, I'm just thinking, yeah, as much as we don't like to think about it, it's going to happen.